fellow gamers. I'm GloryHoundd, and today I'm with the lovely Ellen Kirby from We Game Together.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. I was trying to get the little done before you went live, and you came on, and I was like, I was really trying to do that quickly, and
That's
it didn't
how
work
live
out.
content goes.
So
yeah, that's how
it
live
didn't work
content
out.
goes. And
I love it. It's so great.
hello to our chat today. We have Jolly Lumpy in chat, Walters, and Battlecry. How are all of you doing out there? So, kids are back in school. Things are quiet.
Kids are back in school. They are. And okay, Randy. Okay, I knew you were gonna say. So Randy said, "Ellen, why are you laughing?" Because Randy has been sending me these memes, these Lord of the Rings memes that are just, they're killing me. I'm laughing so hard. There's this one, and Bilbo's sitting there. It says the Balrog chilling in Moria, and he's just sitting there squeezing like a lemon over his food, and then it says crash, and he's like, and if you know the movie, that's when he like comes up. Yeah. So he's just like chilling in Moria, and all of a sudden he hears like a little crash, and then that's when he attacks everybody. They're so dumb, but they're so funny. And I'm cracking up. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. So that's actually why I was late today. I was looking at
Is Lord of the Rings your favorite franchise then? Like, is that your favorite?
Yes. I'm actually in the middle of this. I'm such a nerd, and it's becoming apparent to me as time goes by that it's a problem. Like, I have Hobbit doors on my arm. That's ridiculous. Like, to get permanent ink on your arm about Hobbit doors?
It's not ridiculous.
It's like, it's a lot. And then I've watched the movies literally, probably, and no joke, 15 to 20 times all the way through.
Oh my gosh.
They're on all the time. My kids are constantly watching. Between that and like Harry Potter, they switch back and forth. I'm telling you.
Right.
I've read the books all the way through probably 3 times. And then now I'm listening to the audiobook again. And actually what I noticed, and I was telling my friend this yesterday, and I got a little teary thinking about it. This past year has been psychotic, right?
Yeah.
It's a jerk. This year is ridiculous. I am so tired of everything. For everybody, no matter what you feel, what you think about things, what you look at, it's crazy.
It's been insane.
And I think we all have that in common. Let's just all agree, like, we're tired. Yeah. And the one thing that that I do when I start getting really stressed out, this number one thing is I get into my devotions. I really start digging in like all these devotional books I have. And then my second thing is I always go watch Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, that's probably why I've seen it so many times, because I have all these weird stressors.
Yes.
And I'm listening to the audiobooks again. I just finished them like 4 months ago, and I'm starting again. And I'm still crying at the same parts, laughing at the same parts. I'm like, I just love this. Like, it is so, I just feel nostalgic and like this like safe, familiar place. And I was explaining that to my friend yesterday, and she's like, wow, totally get what you mean. And there's a lot of like, I feel parallels for what's going on in the world with the books. It's like good against evil. And there's just a lot of things that I'm like, oh, when Gandalf said that, I'm like, there's the holy meaning to that. Like, what?
You're just making me want to watch the Lord of the Rings series again. It's been a while since I've watched it, but
it's just fantastic.
I can totally relate to that feeling though when you put on a particular movie or something, and chat, let us know what your favorite thing like this is as well. That thing that's like comforting whenever you watch it. Like, you've seen it so many times, but just watching it again just like brings you a peace because you know it's going to happen. You know the ups and downs. Like, it's still exciting to watch, and you love it. It's funny. Like you said, it makes you cry, makes you laugh. Like, and for me, that was like The Princess Bride. Like, I could watch The Princess Bride.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, all the time. Yeah. I love it so much.
And you probably know every line, I'm assuming.
Yes. And like when I'm sad, I'm like, I'm going to go watch The Princess Bride and get happy.
Okay, this is a great question. Actually, my sister just shared this statistic with me. Like, apparently people with high anxiety profiles, just like as a personality, they tend to watch the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, it doesn't sound super brilliant, like, go figure. But because they have that familiarity, they know when the funny parts are, there's no like surprises. They just get to sit in this like, oh, I know this space. I know this.
Yep, absolutely. And so like, if you haven't tried doing that before, take your favorite movie and like watch it a couple times, chat. Because like,
totally.
It brings you like a crazy sense of peace. Like, I feel like I have control over all those moments because I know it's coming up in everything. And so I can do other things, but still watching that movie and just even having it on the background is like, oh, it's so peaceful.
So here's a question. What are your like top like I don't know, 3-ish movies that you will always watch that bring you that like, oh, this is so nice. Like, do you have a top 2, 3,
Yes.
1?
Yes. So
Princess Bride, obviously.
Princess Bride, obviously. Young Frankenstein, which I
Okay,
love.
okay.
Like, I
Yep.
just love Young Frankenstein so much. It's hilarious. Mel Brooks stuff is like, oh my God, it's adorable. And there was a third one. What was there a third one of? Oh, I can't remember. I don't know. I think those two for sure. Those two for sure for me.
So
do you have another
for me,
one besides it? Yeah, besides Lord of the Rings?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Gilmore Girls, I can watch. Actually, if I want like cozy vibes, I'll go watch Gilmore Girls. And sometimes it's just on in the background. I think I've watched that entire show probably 5 or 6 times through completely. Young Frankenstein. Nice choice. That doesn't even surprise. Like, that's so classic. Like, GloryHoundd. Like, what's your favorite class? Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein.
I love that.
So
and I'm
funny.
just like,
love it.
Gilmore Girls. I almost wore my Gilmore Girls t-shirt today, actually. Okay, so there's Gilmore Girls, and then Ever After with Drew Barrymore.
Oh, that was the other one. That was the other one.
Are you serious,
like a Cinderella
girl?
Style story, and I love it so much. Oh my gosh.
Are you talking about Ever After? Ever After?
Yes,
You love that movie?
I do. I do. I used to watch it so much when I was a kid. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this story so much.
Bonded
She's
a little
so strong. Oh,
She's amazing.
Right?
I love it so much. My aunt took my sister and I to watch like the Rugrats cartoon or something like that. Let's see. I've watched, what does that say? Raiders of the Lost Ark well over 100 times. Maybe even close to 200.
200 by now.
When you're in love, you're in love.
Right?
But yeah, we went to go see Rugrats the movie. It was like a cartoon movie when I was very young. My aunt took my sister and I, and we were starting to watch the movie, and something with like the film like started burning literally. Ooh. And like we had to leave the theater. It was this whole scary thing. So they gave everybody free tickets to go see Ever After. And we were like, sure, yeah, I'll go see that. That movie, I have, oh my gosh. Yeah, probably about 100 times, because the first 5 years of Randy and I's marriage, I would watch it literally every single night. I would fall asleep to it. I know every line. I know every song. I have like the musical score I listen to in the car. So yeah, it's Gilmore Girls, Ever After, and Lord of the Rings. Yeah, those are like my top. Yeah,
that's adorable. I have a good question.
My cozy spots. Yeah,
here for chat, and I don't know this about you at all. Do you guys play video games not related to board games? I know I do, but do you, Ellen? Because I don't know. I've never asked you this before.
Do I play any video games? I do not, and it's much to my children's sadness. They try to get me to play like Minecraft and Terraria. I've played like some I don't know, combat-y type stuff with them, and I'm so bad that I can't. But when I was a kid, we had a PlayStation, and with that was the game Pina and Acha. Have you played that?
I have not.
Okay.
I feel like I need to look this up. What is Peanut and Acha?
Pina and Acha. So it's, I think, PinaAcha. Pina and Acha. And it's these, I think it's like a little brother and sister, and it's almost like a Hansel Gretel type thing where you're going through these. It's called Toy Pop. I think it's called Toy Pop. And Pina and Acha are the characters. And you're going through this like kind of whimsical Candyland type, like, you know, like Mario setup, kind of like a grid or a board or whatever. Okay. I say that in such board game terms. You go through a grid, and you have like these toy soldiers that are coming after you that take a very specific kind of like cherry bomb or some kind of bomb you can destroy them with. Then you'll have a little wind-up toy car that tries to come and attack you. And your mission is to get all the little, it's been so long, little glass heart jars, break them open and get the heart that's inside, and then get in the door. Both of you get in the door before the time runs out or before you get killed. Really? And me and my brother David would play this, and we would just scream at the TV. And I remember we got to level 11, and we were like, okay, surely this game is going to end any second. Like level 11, we've been playing this for days, and we finally got here. It went on to like 44 levels or something crazy.
Yeah, that's how it was back in the day.
Magical. If you guys can look up that game, go play it.
I'm looking for images and stuff.
You can't find it? Yeah, it's Toy Pop. And then the other one I played a ton, and I actually did a live stream of it a year ago, is Jetpack. And not the one you're thinking of on your phone, like the really old Microsoft-y type. It's like one of those games that was so cheap and just like everything was squared off, and like it's this little guy this little guy with a jetpack on, and he has a certain amount of fuel, and you have to use it a very specific way in these maps to get these green gems, and then also get out of the door. But it is like heart pounding.
I think I
scary.
do remember that one. I remember playing something like that for sure. Like,
so good.
Oh,
It's
that's
so good.
funny. So then would you call yourself maybe like more like a retro gamer? Like you like older style games? Yeah.
Yep. Because I would play like Atari stuff. I would play the Centipede game. I'd play all that and be happy as a clam. But you give me a new game and I'm like, these graphics are too awesome. It looks realistic. I need squares. No, I love watching Randy play games. I love watching, and my son Lucas started one called Horizon. Do you know what that is?
I don't think so.
The graphics are amazing. It's like nature-y mixed with like mechanics. I don't know, like this tribe and they're but it's like sci-fi too. I don't even know.
Ooh, okay.
I watched him play it and it was amazing. Oh, there you go, Randy. He said it's a DOS game. DOS.
Oh, DOS game. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So yeah.
So you do,
love it, and I'm good at it. I do kind of.
Good at it.
And I was really good at it, girl. And it's funny because when I started playing, I played a live stream a year ago and I had not touched that game, no joke, 10, 15 years. And my fingers knew exactly what to do because I sat there, I'd played for hours. So it was like, I wasn't even thinking. I was just doing the pattern that I always did. It was magic. Loved it.
Did you ever play Bubble Bobble like back in the day? Then? No.
Bubble?
That's like one of my
so.
all-time favorite Nintendo games is freaking Bubble Bobble. And Nintendo Switch is like doing all these things where they bring back all these old Nintendo games and stuff, which is like the best and the worst because like I will still play them for hours and hours and I don't even know why. But Bubble Bobble has like 99 levels in it.
Oh
99
my
levels.
gosh.
And I remember playing with my friend like up until like the wee hours of the morning trying to beat all 99 levels on that, right?
Good old days. Now we're like, 9:30, time to put on pajamas. Or who am I kidding? My pajamas are on by like 4.
Randy knows what I'm talking about. Bubble Bobble was great. Yes, Kabuki Kids played it too. Yeah.
Is it the game that you shoot the bubbles up and you try to connect them to their color?
You shoot the bubbles and you try to capture things in them and then you have to like pop the bubble and then like they make all these like little delicious like fruits or like little desserts and stuff and you got to go eat the desserts and like and
my gosh,
it's freaking adorable. It's simple to play but like it's super challenging. You need to play it. If you haven't played it, you should play it because it's adorable. Here's the thing, and I think you'd love
Randy, since GloryHoundd has told me had this great revelation for me. Apparently I like retro games and I hate new ones. Like I didn't really put that together until you said and I was like, yeah. Get me some retro games, babe.
Yes.
I'll play that with the boys. There was one that we played a lot when Randy was him and I kind of liked each other. And he lived in his bachelor pad. And I would come over and he would hook up what's it called? Need for Speed.
Oh yeah.
The race.
I think I remember
the racing.
that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ice Climber was a big favorite of my buddies. Oh, I don't remember that one. Ice Climber. But yeah, he would hook up Need for Speed and him and I, and that was before like we gamed at all together. It was just like, games, video games. And oh my gosh, the competitiveness was ridiculous, but I got really good at that. And one of the songs on there is, I am rock, that ain't no earthquake, that's me. And so I like yell that all the time. Now Randy downloaded that song for me. It's so good. I love playing that.
So yeah, it sounds like you need to play some more retro games and stuff because that's your jam. And that's cool. Like I love playing all sorts of video games, but I feel like I don't know, back in the day I used to play them through their entirety, but now it's like I don't have the same amount of time. So like I'll play a video game and then I'll forget about it. And then when I come back to it, I'm like, oh great, now I have to restart the thing because I don't know what the heck I'm doing anymore. Or where I left
really
off.
Interesting.
So.
2 is like that Horizon game I was telling you about. If it's more, yes, there's a mission for you to do. There's clear levels and things you're supposed to do, but it feels kind of sandboxy where you're just like it's discovering the world. And while I love watching that, I could watch that for hours. When I'm playing a game, I like there to be like, I like ping pong. Like here comes the thing, get ready to hit it. Ooh. Like that's what I need to play.
You don't like the sandbox stuff in general though, I think, because some of the board games and stuff, that are more sandboxy and stuff, you like having those quest things and things like
Yes.
Your little rewards that you
Specific
get along the
things
way.
to do.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's so funny how that
Absolutely.
trickled in. I never would have like made these connections. It's so interesting. Gosh, I love that.
See?
What a great conversation.
I know the stuff you discover whenever you're just hanging out and talking with
Love
people and
it.
chat and everything, right?
I love it so much. I love it. Okay, I just want to point out too, I think you look so beautiful today. Did you get super tan or something?
Aw,
Like you
thank
look so tan, like beachy
you.
or something.
You know what? Like the difference between my hair being different colors makes me look so much darker.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, well, it looks beautiful.
I'm pretty tan overall. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm pretty tan overall. But like when I have dark hair, like when my hair is black, if you look at my old videos, I almost look like washed out. But like I'm the same color. I'm the same color.
Changed, I swear.
I know.
But this one, your pink hair is bringing a lot of like warmth to your skin tone. So it's making it, you look just really like beachy and tan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's great. That's great. There was that little side conversation there.
I'll always take compliments, okay?
There you go. So later on, your mission is I want you to try to find Toy Pop. You got to try to find that game. And it's really, I think it's probably going to be soup dupe hard to find.
Okay.
But if you can just, it's just, you know that nostalgia feeling we're talking about? And you're sitting in this comfortable place and you're like, oh, I want to do this forever. Like that game. I could play it forever. Thank you, KK.
Yeah, right? So sweet, Kabuki. Thank you.
Wearing this shirt that I found that was actually clean. I was upstairs. I'm like, where the heck are all my shirts? Where is everything? I've actually started wearing like just all Randy's t-shirts.
Yeah.
About these days, I'm all about comfort, and I'm like, I don't even care. Poor Randy. Every time he gets home, he's like, nice shirt, and I'm like, thanks.
This is like you reach a certain age and you just care less about like everything else. And you're like, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. Like I can't wait until I get to like the older woman age where like I absolutely care about nothing. And I'll say anything I want. I'll do whatever I want. Like, and people will just be like,
I can't wait to be rude when I'm old.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
Old and crazy, like whatever. And everybody excuses that. And I'm ready for that age right now.
Yeah. I hear you, girl. I hear you loud and clear. You know what I noticed is the style of hugely baggy t-shirts is really in right now, and like chunky sneakers. Yeah. And then girls will wear like loop earrings, and their hair is just very like natural. Like they don't put hot tools on it to smooth it out. It's just kind of big and like natural. And I'm laughing because I'm like, oh my gosh. I grew up in that crap. And now they're starting to wear the like crop tops with the little like quarters zip. You know what I'm talking about? And the little collar. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all coming back. It's so crazy.
It comes back. Like it is crazy watching it all happen. But what did you play this week?
And I'm like, I'm starting to talk about way too many other things. Okay, this is what we talked about. And for anybody who was in the chat who watched us last night, you will know exactly what I'm about to show you because Randy and I did a live play.
Yes.
So here's the story.
Okay.
Here's the story of Undaunted. This is the Wishbone theme song. Have you seen that show?
Which one? Oh my God. Who hasn't seen Wishbone? It's like the most adorable show ever.
Yeah. Cutest show ever. Oh, I missed that. Okay. We must be really stressed because we're talking about all nostalgic, like old stuff that's bringing us comfort.
That's 100%.
So Randy and I, that's gotta be what it is. It is for me. We played Undaunted one time about a week and a half ago, and I swear I was not going to touch this game again because I got so mad because it's a 2-player game. And with that, it's just naturally a kind of combat-y, take that type thing. That's just how 2-player games really are. Yeah, head to head. That's what it is. So this game has 11 scenarios, and this is the North Africa one. In it, one team, and this is an actual like war or battle that actually happened. So they kind of give you a little history in the rule book, which is cool. I can appreciate that. Yeah. But yeah, one of the teams sides, one of the teammates, you're trying to, I don't think they call each other teammates in the war. Those are cute. What the heck is that?
Somebody painted this. Like,
shut up. Mine doesn't have that.
It's like this little car. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think that's the expansion that's coming out for Undaunted. We were just talking about that last night. It comes with like car or vehicles. Anyway, so one side is trying to blow up 2 of 3 buildings / just things, airplane, weaponry, things like that. And then the other side is trying to protect it. And what's that thing called? You come in and you like reinforce it. Shoot, I can't remember the word.
Reinforce it, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Where you build more troops up in that area.
Yes, exactly. So you're each trying to destroy it and protect it. And so in doing that, you have these deck of cards. You draw 4, and then you pick one of those cards. They have numbers at the top, 1 through 9. You pick one of those numbers to figure out who's going to go first in the round. So basically, whatever card you play to determine if you want to go first, you want to play that high number, you actually don't get to use the abilities on that card. So it'll immediately go into your discard. You're left with 3 cards, and you're able to do things with those like attack, move. You have a scout that comes out. And you really have to be careful about moving your scout and then bringing the people that you're trying to like accomplish something with over to the scout. And I did not do that last night. I separated all my guys, everybody. My scouts went this way and my engineer went that way. And I was like, why did I do that? And it took me a good 20 minutes to be like, I totally am not coming back from this. But what's amazing, it is so well balanced. I was able to get my scout kind of back over by the engineer and like accomplish a lot of things. I didn't completely get blown out of the water by Randy. I did lose, but he was able to reinforce those 2 like places before I could blow them up. I was able to blow up one, but it has a ton of replayability. It's got these boards that all move around. As you can see, they're tiles. So the atmosphere in which you're fighting changes. And I'm really looking forward to the expansion for this one. Actually, I said I wasn't going to play this game anymore because I just got so mad, but I am able, y'all, to appreciate a good game when I see one, even if I don't love it. I think if I played it with like anyone else and they beat me, I would be like, oh, that was really close and good and fun. But like we've discussed a million times, when it's Randy, I just get mad.
You get extra angry, about it for some reason. I totally get it.
I was trying really hard to hide my emotions last night. It was not easy.
Especially on live stream, you're like, oh, so there was some words after this.
I'm like, everyone's going to get to know me real well after this. So that sucked. But you know what? I told Randy because he loves it so much.
Yeah.
I will finish this game with you. So I said, but we have to play it live. We have to do it live because if we're not live, no one will hold me accountable and our marriage will suffer. So we're going to go through it live.
I really, really like in this game that card choosing portion of it because, the cards that are going to get you to go first are usually your more powerful cards. So like you have to make a really tough decision with that. And I really, really love when they have a duality with any sort of card-based system or tokens or whatever it is, because it adds so much to the game. It
totally does. It's a really well thought out game. It plays so well. It is balanced. I mean, Randy had a tank. He had that right there, the medium tank with 2 guys in it. He had 6 different little stacks of cards to draw from. I only had 5. And I'm like, you're going to totally destroy me. But the way that it works, their powers some are stronger than others. And you're able to like use these dice to roll and, blow them up and do all sorts of stuff. It's crazy.
Right. Cool. So Kabuki says, I have yet to play War Chest, but I understand it has some elements that are similar to the Undaunted games. Have you played War Chest, Ellen?
I have not. Nope. Okay. It was discussed yesterday, but I don't know much about it.
I have played both. I feel like you have tons more strategic control over War Chest and what's happening in War Chest as opposed to Undaunted because that card draw system there, and you could potentially not draw into certain troops and stuff like that and being able to move them and do things with them. So like, I don't know. I admire the Undaunted series for what it is, but for me, who's used to being able to have more control over troops at any time, it limits me in what I'm doing. And so for me, I'm like, I don't have enough control in Undaunted. So for me, it's like not enough war game. But funny enough, the person who designed the Undaunted series is a war game designer. So he wanted to bring that war game sort of feel to board games and kind of merge the two. bring people more into war games and everything. So like I absolutely love what this series does for people, and I think it's perfect for board gamers coming into all this, you know? Like,
one guy watching last night, he said, this seems like something my wife would love because it's quick. I mean, I think we played it in like an hour, but we were talking a ton. Like, if you know what you're doing in this game, you can get a game out in 30, 40 minutes. Really, I think you can. But we were talking a lot. But he's like, it's quick. There's some meat to it. And it's that kind of head-to-head, you know, competitive thing. So if that's what you're looking for, that is a great one. But you know what your example reminds me of with War Chest and Undaunted? It reminds me of Terraforming Mars and Terraforming Mars Ares. It's kind of the same, like you're used to more choice and like decisions in Terraforming Mars, but if you want the same feel but like way condensed down, I would play Ares, but you have way less like control, I guess. Yep. Kind of reminds me of the same.
So Kabuki says the idea that it brings some fog of war where you don't have pure control, and I totally get that. And in War Chest, you have somewhat of that with your drawbacks, but you can still go ahead and say, all right, well, I'm really going to focus on this troop, so I'm going to get more of those troops into my drawbags, and then you can affect that overall outcome of it, you know? So, like, you still can maintain and manage things in that way, and I don't know. In Undaunted, I just don't feel like I can as much. But that's just my feeling. It's a fantastic game overall. I would play it again.
I feel like if Undaunted freaks me out and ticks me off, I don't know if War Chest will be the best move for me.
Poor Doctor.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, poor Doctor. I beat him, I think, at every single game of War Chest. So, like, in our house, like, I love War Chest so much. But, like, it's so, like, he's like, why can't I just get the one win?
I was feeling it last night, and I thought that I shot one of Randy's guys, and I was super excited, and I had this moment of going, oh my gosh, and I like jump up, and Randy's like, no, babe, you don't, and I'm like, okay, I quit life. But it's a cool little game. It's cool.
Absolutely. Kabuki says, like Memoir 44, that is one I want to play. Kabuki, I actually have not gotten to that one yet, so I'm super sad.
I have played that one. I think we talked about this last week a little bit. That's a great game, and actually we talked about it last night during a live stream too, and I kind of forgot some aspects of it, but you're doing the same type of things because you have cards that have abilities and you're doing a card play deal.
Yeah.
But as this board is out there, there's like a little battle or skirmish happening over here, and then you got to manage these guys because you're trying to like infiltrate through that way. So Undaunted is very super hyper focused. This is your mission, done. Whereas 44, you're stretched out over a beach and you're trying to accomplish like different things. It's a cool game. I really like Memoir 44.
I feel like I would really like Memoir 44 as well from just what you're describing. And of course, the Doctor says, once I beat you in War Chest, I'll never have to play it again. Never. That's so true, right?
In that situation, I get it.
You get the one in, you're like, done. I beat you.
Done.
Boom. Boom.
Totally get that.
Never again.
Totally get that. I would say, like, Memoir 44, it did feel a little bit, not little kiddish, gosh, but like lightish. Definitely, I don't know why I said little kiddish, but lightish. But with how you're trying to manage everything, I think you would really like it. And also, please let me know how you feel about Curious Cargo still. Because I told Randy the description I gave of you or to you about it made you say, like, it makes you want to try it even more. So
it does.
Yeah, let me know. I got to get your thoughts on that.
Writing all these
so what did you play this week then? Because you said you only played like one, right?
I did. I only played like one this week. I feel there was other ones I should have played, but it was one of those weeks. It was one of those. I got more rules to read, everyone, okay?
Leave her alone. She's reading rules. What?
So, yes, I played Super Truffle Pigs. I'm so excited.
That cuteness. It reminds me of the new movie out with Nicolas Cage called Pig. Have you seen that yet?
Oh, no, I haven't.
It's literally about this. It's actually pretty good. It's about a truffle pig.
Is it really?
Yeah.
This game is stinking adorable, Ellen. I think you would probably like this game. So,
oh my gosh.
What you're doing is you're little pigs, and you have these little pig meeple, like little pig figures here, okay? And you're running around in this field, and you're trying to collect little truffles, okay? Like, here's all the truffles. The truffles on the bottoms have different point values, and like black truffles are going to give you higher point values, where like the yellow truffles are going to give you like medium, and then white truffles you can either get 1 point or like 0 points from, right? So they're going to vary, and then the time that it takes you to dig them up also varies. So like a black truffle, you have to spend 3 action points to go ahead and dig, to get the black truffle out, whereas just the white truffle you do 1. So it's it's variable with the points with that.
Love that.
You have super pig powers, where you can like do super powered pig things across the board. It's super adorable to spend your action points. And then if that's not enough of you just like running around and trying to get all these truffles, there's also these wolves. And these wolves show up and they'll eat your poor little pig, Ellen.
Well, yeah, they're hungry. They are hungry. They also need to eat.
So at the beginning of your turn, what you end up doing is you roll a dice. And this shows you how many cards you're going to play for the wolves, because everybody is programmable. Everybody programs the wolves on their turn.
Cool.
And you also go ahead and play your action point. So you play your action point, and then I would put however many cards the dice said to go ahead and program the wolf, and they're face down. Then the next player goes, they do their action points and they put their cards down, next player, and so on. And then at the end, once everybody is gone, then you flip over all the wolf cards and see where the wolves have traveled.
That's so cool.
Yes. And that's I love it so much the way that resolves.
I want to play this now.
So much. I know, right?
Oh my gosh. Wait, is this a Kickstarter deal or is this
a Kickstarter deal? It is.
Okay.
Yes. So it just went up on Kickstarter today, everyone. So I would check it out. Like it's super adorable. And that the way it does resolve is so interesting because it's semi-cooperative. You can try to converse with the other players and try to get the wolves away from you guys. Or if you want to take out somebody's pigs and make it harder for them to do something, you can also try to do that throughout the game, you know?
Wow.
So
I gotta play this with my kids.
So cute. It's so cute.
I love it.
This is the type of family style game that everybody enjoys. Like everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be like a long-term gamer, like a young gamer, an older gamer. The look of it is going to appeal to you. What you're doing makes complete sense as you're going through and doing it. And it's just so much fun to play. And that excitement of seeing like the wolves and where they're going. You're like, oh my gosh. And like we made up a little story for every single wolf in this case because they were traveling around the board doing crazy stuff. So like one wolf pack kept on just like traveling back and forth. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was talking with our kid. I'm like, they're just patrolling that area. Don't go over there. Ooh. That's like the wolf area. Don't go over near the wolf patrols.
That's
so that was like, I know, right?
I feel like it'd be one of those situations where I just pick it up and like just start playing with it off to the side.
Yes.
Just like, I'm just gonna be 100%. That's adorable. And I love the wolf aspect to it too, where you're trying to, because everybody's choosing where they want the wolves to go. And then how do you play that out? Do you go around the table and like they move this way, and then wherever they land is like
what happens is on your turn, you put your wolf cards face down on this mat area. And so everybody's cards start collecting up. So you don't know what the other players are going to do. If I go before you, you don't know where I moved the wolves, but you're going to have to try to estimate or guess, hopefully to keep them in a certain area. And then after everybody's played their actions, so they've moved around the board, you flip over the wolf cards and then they start moving. And if they travel through a square with your pig in it, your pig gets taken off the board. So like you really have to be careful. And so like
that's so cool.
The cards you have in your hand for the wolf are like north, south, east, and west. And then you have like a card that has 2 movements on it. So whichever direction they're facing, they'll just travel 2. So it was really interesting. Cool. Yeah, seeing those.
It almost reminds me of like, I mean, very different, but a little bit the same of Quirky Circuits. How everybody is.
Yes.
Yeah,
I was just thinking
when I play that. That was such a cool thing because you're all blindly trying to control where this thing is going. Now in Quirky Circuits, you're working together completely, so you want to accomplish good things. But like, if you kind of want a wolf to take out someone else's pig, you can kind of hope that. Oh, that's so cool.
Yep.
I love that.
And that's exactly
Jada here. Jada is one of my good friend Chrissy's daughters. Hello, Jada.
Aww.
Hope you're having a great day. That sounds adorable. And if anybody in the chat, I will not tell you. Oh, it'll give it away, so I won't say it. But Randy and I did just watch Pig with Nicolas Cage. And it's literally about he's a truffle hunter and he has a pig because these specific pigs are trained to like find these truffles in the woods.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
There's some not great language in it. Warning, if you care about that. But the story, I was like, it was one of those movies, and I love movies that don't have a lot of dialogue. It's just a lot of like music and like thoughtful stuff. That I love that. I could watch this stuff all day. So by the end of it, you're like, that was a cool story. And it's
Really?
literally called Pig. It's just so
Interesting.
not what I thought it was going to be. I
Okay.
would say that it's worth watching. And Nicolas
Worth a
Cage is
watch?
just Nicolas Cage. He's just the memes with him and all the gifs. I'm like, yeah, I gotta watch this. It's so funny. More Undaunted for Ellen. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. That was an intense live stream. Actually, I'm not even joking. The vein in my neck was like bulging because I was getting so mad and I was trying to like take deep breaths.
Keep it in.
Yeah, keep it in. Keep it in. Keep it in. And like I said, I will only continue to play that series if we do it live so that you guys can hold me accountable to not get too mad at my husband.
Battle Cry says, does the winner have to do the truffle shuffle in the game? I think that's a house rule, Battle Cry. You can totally do that if it's up to you. Yeah.
That's a cute game, though. I love Truffle Shuffle. That was adorable.
Right?
We actually just came across this memory this morning. My friend, we had a chocolate night, and he brought over Chocolate Factory and Truffle Shuffle, and there was another chocolate game, and we all brought chocolate to the game night. And I just saw those pictures today, and I was like, wow, we need to do that again. So cute.
I love game nights like that. We do themed game nights as well, where it's like, all right, we're going to have like a zombie themed game night and play all these different zombie games or something, you know, like you have to do that.
Yeah, you do. You totally do.
All right. Successful Geek says, I tried out Undaunted for the first time, played 2 scenarios. I don't need to ever play again. Oh, why didn't you
get me?
Yeah, like what happened, Successful Geek?
Oh my gosh, it's just too much. It stresses me out a lot. There was a lot of emotional highs and lows during our stream yesterday. I feel like
this week was like a game swap where I played like a silly like fun game and stuff, and then like you played the hardcore game.
The hardcore. Yeah, we're usually super duper opposite. Successful Geek. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I won once, lost once, but it's just so stressful to play. Yeah.
That was the thing. After the game, I'm like, okay, this was good. It's a great game. Yeah. It's well balanced. The stress in it, which, you know, is actually kind of a great feeling. It really kind of is. I mean, let's be honest. That good stress in a game where you end and you're like, the fact that cardboard chits can make you feel that much passion is kind of cool. If you can get that into a board game, that's kind of cool. But it's stressful.
With all the Undaunted talk, I'm gonna have to play the new one because I know I played the old one. Maybe the new one will change my mind for me. Maybe there's a little bit different scenarios or something going on with it. Maybe it's not as simple. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. You're
did hear the expansion is like supposed to add yet another thing. And in this North Africa one, I mean, like there's a Jeep and you have guys in there, and then there's different.
Because that is different.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe try that.
Oh, hold on here. So let's see. Do you like the longer, bigger 2-player games that bring out about stress like War of the Ring or Star Wars Rebellion? Have you played those at all? Yeah. Have you played those at all?
I have not played either of those, and I'm dying for a good Lord of the Rings game. I keep hearing about that one, so maybe I'll try it. Yeah, I don't love 2-player games in general.
Yeah.
When you play a big Euro game and it scales to 2, I love that. I could do that all day. But when you play a specifically 2-player game, there seems to be that it's just more head-to-head, take-daddy, combat-y stuff. It's just the nature of the game. Yeah.
You have to be prepared.
And it's hard. It's hard on me. It's hard.
Yeah, I get it. I have War of the Ring on my shelf, but I have yet to open it. I really need to open it and play it. That's like one of the ones. I feel so bad.
I think we have one for the Ring. I'm pretty sure.
Do you have? Okay, so we're gonna end early today, but before we end, I want to ask you a question. So, and it's about a very stressful topic. Okay, so what do you have on your shelf of shame?
Okay. Right, you had to bring that up.
I know.
You had to bring that up.
Because I feel like it's building up, and there's like so many. I'm like, I want to play all these, but like,
I was just gonna say, Randy and I have taken pride in the fact ever since we became gamers, we're like, we want to have as minimal. I mean, I'm sure everybody has this as a goal, but it just doesn't happen. We want to have as minimal, like at the tiniest shelf of shame, which some people call shelf of opportunity.
Yes.
The tiniest one ever. We were like, if we get a game, we will play it within the week, period. This is the first time ever that we've got like, I'm looking at him over there.
Are you?
adventure games, an adventure games mystery thing we got to play.
Okay.
An exit one right up there. City builder. Jaipur, which technically we've played before, but
right.
And then Kim Joy's Magic Bakery, which I'm looking at right here, which is so cute.
I know, right?
I know for a fact there's more coming in the mail.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there's a box right there with a couple in it. So I think we're at about 10 games, which is not that bad.
That's not bad at all.
It's not that bad. But for us, it's like, come on.
I try for the most part to keep my shelf of opportunity / shame to one calyx that's like, what is it, the 4x2 calyx?
Okay, yep.
And at this point, it's like spilled over because, listen, hear me out, okay? So here's why it spilled over. Here's how
I'm not judging you. I'm not doing it.
We went to a board game sale where all the games were really inexpensive. And so we picked up probably a stack of games the size of like my torso. So it was like, because they were inexpensive. I couldn't help myself.
That's always the argument.
They were inexpensive.
Hey. Yeah. Oh, and guess what? Speaking of shame, shelf, games, opportunities, Randy found Micro Macro, and we have it coming to our house.
Yay! I'm so excited for you.
We've been trying to find it for that long. So that one will not sit on our shelf of shame for too long. But I hear you when you buy in bulk and all of a sudden you're like, oh gosh, you're going to play all these.
So the doctor says that's true. We bought about 10 games for about $10 a piece. So yeah, it was. And they were like really good games too. Like we got Nemo's War in there and I don't know, like Hadrian's Wall or something. We got like a bunch of different, like really big
Hadrian's Wall is amazing. I told you about that one last week.
So like, how are you going to pass that up, everyone? How are you going to pass that up?
The answer is that you're not. The answer is that you are not.
Hey.
I think you made a wise decision.
Right? Walter says, Micro Macro is so good. I pre-ordered Full House too. Ooh, what's Full House? I haven't seen that one.
I don't know what Full House is. I'm like Danny Tanner, Full House. What are we talking about? Olsen Twins?
We're looking that up later. Thank you so much. All right. All right, everyone. So we are ending early today because we only have 2 games to talk about and we have stuff to do. So we
got stuff to do, guys.
All of you out there in chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us. You all make this so amazing. We love all the questions that we get and everything. It's so much fun.
They're the best.
Yeah, I love this chat and being able to just talk about whatever with you, you know? Like,
so great. So I think the first solid 20 minutes of the Today Show were like the most random things.
Just random, yeah. But that's how we do it here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So, Ellen, do you want to go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you at?
Yeah. Yep. So we are with We Game Together is our channel. We're on YouTube, Instagram. I think we have a Twitch. I still don't know. Why do I always say that? I don't know. I think we have a Twitch, Twitter. We hardly ever do anything on there. We do some board game breakfast stuff for Dice Tower. And I may or may not be hosting this show next week on our We Game Together channel. I have to look at some things on my calendar, but those are all the places you can find us. Oh, thanks, baby. Says great show.
And if you are new to this channel, give us a thumbs up on this video, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified for whenever we go live so you can join us all here. Other than that, we will see all of you later. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye.
Bye, guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah.